What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Micah Hinsey Show. This week I am turning 27, so I thought it would be fun to go over 27 things I have learned this year and some through my life because it was kind of hard, not gonna lie. But before we get into that, don't forget to like this video, hit the subscribe button wherever you're listening, and ring that notification bell so that way you never miss another future episode. Lesson number 1, take the step. If you feel your spirit nudging, if you feel a nudge to go try something new or go do that thing that you've been thinking about for a while, take the step and do it. You won't regret it. Life's too short not to take the step. Which also bleeds into lesson number 2. Growth happens outside of comfort. The only way you will ever grow personally is by stepping outside of your comfort zone. Lesson number 3, constant availability increases dependency. If you are always on, always responsive, always available, putting up brush fires, responding to your team, giving the solutions, it's actually increasing dependency on you and inhibiting your ability to focus on what matters most. Lesson number 4, community matters. I always had head knowledge community mattered, but did not realize how much community mattered until I found true community that I could lean on, depend on, and that would be there for me no matter what. It literally makes a difference in how successful you are. Lesson 5, genuine service and serving of others is one of life's greatest joys. I have not found anything that makes me happier when I can delight someone and add value to their life without anything coming in return. If you haven't found ways to serve someone or serve your community, I encourage you and implore you to go out and serve someone this week. Lesson number 6, integrity affects all areas of life. I used to believe that if you didn't have as much integrity, in your personal life, it wouldn't matter your professional life, and vice versa. If you didn't have integrity in your professional life and hop from job to job or whatever because of being fired, it wouldn't really affect your personal life. But I've discovered that is completely not true. Our lives are integrated in everything. You only have one life. You don't have separate compartments, no matter how much people try to say you do. And if you're a person of poor integrity in your personal life, well, that's going to affect how much people trust you in your work life. And vice versa. And everything, it just affects everything. If you have poor integrity and poor character in your personal life, you're gonna have poor character in your work life. Number 8, don't underestimate what can be accomplished in 10 years. And don't overestimate what can be accomplished in 1 year. I see a lot of people underestimate how much can be done in a longer period of time, and they overestimate how much can be done in a short period of time. They think they can, get to the moon in a year, and then in 10 years, they think, oh, well, we'll only be able to, get to Mars instead of Pluto. Like, there's so much more that happens in the compounding effect in the longer period of time. And then number 10, true rest is not sleep, as much as people want to say it. I have found true rest is actually stepping back and enjoying fruits of your labor, whether that's spending time with the people that matter most to you, going outside and being in nature and touching grass, whatever it is. That is what true rest actually is. Sleep is important, yes, but true rest actually gives you life and recharges the soul. And unfortunately, sleep just recharges your physical body. Lesson number 11, prepare for hardship and expect hardship in life. I heard someone say, and this is so true, Jesus, the Son of God, literally was persecuted greater than any man ever could have experienced for what he stood up for and what he believed in. And a lot of other prophets, so-called prophets, were too. They were persecuted and died for their beliefs as well. If all of those greatest people in human history have been persecuted, and some persecuted to death, what makes me think that I'm not going to have any hardship in life? I'm definitely going to, and so are you, unfortunately. So expect and prepare for hardship in life. It's going to come. Know how you're going to respond to it, because that's what makes a person. Lesson number 12. Everything good in life is uphill. Everything that's worthwhile requires work and effort and me to climb uphill to get it. It's hard and grueling, but that's what builds character, and that's what makes the reward better. Lesson 13. A calendar is just a budget for your time. I'm extremely organized, but I did not realize the value of pre-deciding where my time is going the week beforehand until I actually started doing it. And it has made all the difference in the world. I have found more hours in the week than what I realized I had because I was telling my time what to do instead of letting time tell me what to do. Lesson 14. No one wins by accident. When the winning team of the Super Bowl is interviewed by the media and they ask, sir, how did you do it? The quarterback doesn't go, oh, I don't know. I just got off the bus. No, they go, I have been working with blood, sweat, and tears for hours and hours and hours and practicing and throwing the same throw over and over thousands of times. And it was a series of intentional decisions starting all the way from before the season even began to get to the Super Bowl and win it. Winning is an intentional act, not by accident. And lesson 15, there's no such thing as work-life balance. There's work-life integration. Integrating your personal and your work and blending them together is what it is. But this whole work-life balance thing, honestly, is a crock of crap. No one is able to maintain for extended periods of time, going to the gym for an hour a day, working 8 hours a day, getting 8 hours of sleep. But there is work-life integration. There is, on this day, I need to prioritize my kids because there's, 2 kids games and I need to leave work a little early. I have work and I have kids games and I have this, so I can't go to the gym today. We're going to have to make it a rest day. There is work-life integration, but this whole work-life balance facade is just not what it is. And there's also seasons of life, like in your 20s. You should probably be more focused on work and stacking cards in your favor to compound later on in life. Number 16. Lesson 16. Perspective can literally change everything. The way you view life and the way you view things can literally have manifesting effects over everything itself. Your glass half empty, like it literally has physiological effects on your body. It can lower your heart rate. Your perspective can also increase your peace and your calmness. The way you view the world and the way you view things literally will change entire trajectories of your life. Lesson 17. If you fail to prepare, then you're preparing to fail. If you are not prepared for life, if you're not prepared for the next thing, for that interview, for the next assignment, then you're preparing to fail because you are just winging it, and nobody can get by through most things just winging it. They need to have some sort of prepare, and preparation also shows you care. Number 18, discipline gives you freedom. If you live your life with extreme levels of discipline, going to the gym, waking up early, journaling, having some sort of quiet time, like having set routines and being extremely disciplined about holding true to your boundaries and everything else like that, it actually gives you a lot more freedom in your life than you ever thought. You have freedom in your relationships, you have freedom in your family, you have freedom at work, you have freedom in your health. There's a lot of freedom that comes when you conduct yourself and are intentional and disciplined about how you go about your day. Lesson 19. You can't add time to your life by worrying. Jesus literally talks about this in the Bible. Who then can add an hour to their day by worrying about what tomorrow has to offer? For God already knows what tomorrow has to bring. Let God be God, and you just worry about what's in front of you today. You can't add an hour to your life by worrying, so there's no point in worrying. If it's not going to matter in 5 years, don't spend more than 5 minutes on it. In lesson 20, the quickest way to combat anxiety, I truly believe, is by serving others. And here's why. The root of anxiety, when we are starting to get anxious, when we're, what are they thinking about us? What is someone else? How are they perceiving me? Did they understand what I meant when I said X, Y, and Z? All of that is thoughts directed towards the self, which is inherently extremely selfish. It's all selfish motives and desires that are coming and manifesting out of that anxiety and those thought patterns. Now, if you're focused on others, you're not focused on self, you're focused on others. And if you're focused on others, then there's no room for there to be anxiety. You can't be thinking about yourself when you're focused on others. And the anxiety levels just start to dissipate. And as you increase your amount of service and your amount of thought about others, your anxiety over the big picture actually starts to dissipate as a whole. And that anxiety, bell curve starts to actually gradually decrease. I am convinced that this is one of the quickest ways to decrease your anxiety and anxious thoughts, emotions, all of it is just start serving others and be focused on adding value to someone else's life. Lesson number 21, it's okay to look dumb. If you're not willing to look dumb or stupid, then you really won't be able to grow much, or if at all, because everyone has to start somewhere. And when you start out at anything new, you look kind of dumb doing it. So don't be afraid, look dumb, and learn a new skill. And then lesson 22, I think we can all agree on this. Insurance is just a flat out scam. All any insurance is to make money. Health insurance, dental insurance, they all will deny anything and everything they can because they don't want to pay. Auto insurance doesn't want to pay either. So they try to pay the least amount, if anything at all. All insurance is a scam, and don't even get me started on whole life. That is one of the biggest crooks there are. Whole life is an utter scam. And in lesson 23, business moves at the speed of trust. To the extent that one person doesn't trust someone else on the team, or I don't trust my leader, or my leader doesn't trust me, or any one of those combinations is the bottleneck of a company. The entire foundation and fabric of a business is actually based on vulnerability-based trust. And business actually slows down when people don't trust each other. And when people do have profound trust in each other and the team, that business actually accelerates and can outpace any competitor in any industry at any skill set at any time. It truly is amazing. If you look at the companies that have 100% or 98%, because I guess nothing can be 100% or perfect, but if you look at the companies that have vulnerability-based trust and are true and authentic with that, they just hockey stick up to the right compared to any of their competitors. And some of their competitors are Fortune 500 companies. And these companies over here are just small mom and pop shops that end up surpassing them in quicker time than their 100-year history of being built. Lesson number 24, winners are quitters. Winners and people who are high achievers actually quit a lot of stuff. They quit doing stupid stuff in their life. They quit drinking, they quit their vices. Some of them quit doing stuff that wastes their time, like, household chores or something, and they outsource it. Winners, like winning athletes, high achieving athletes, they quit being lazy. They quit eating junk food. If you want to win, the people that win actually quit doing a lot of stupid crap. And lesson number 25, to that extent, your belief will always fail. Your self-worth governs your belief, or authentic vulnerability-based trust community. No amount of medicine and counseling and therapy will ever amount to having a tight-knit community of, 4, 5 guys or girls, whatever, gender you are, that you can check in with on a regular basis, have accountability, talk about your highs, talk about your lows, and everything else in between. I did not realize this until I stepped into a community like that myself and saw so much of my life, get better, and then also in other people's lives in that community get better as well. There's something profound about true, authentic, vulnerability-based community. And then last but not least, lesson number 27, God truly desires relationship and partnership with us. The living God of the universe who created us actually wants partnership with us and to do life with us. When we speak to God, God listens. When we move, God responds. There is an elasticity in that relationship, a lot more than what we actually give God credit for. And I challenge you to start going deeper in on your relationship with God and see how much that actually changes your life. If you stuck around this long in the video, thank you so much for watching. I had a lot of fun creating it, and I hope you had just as much fun watching. Hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to ring that notification bell. And if you really did like it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Thanks, guys. See you next time.